So hey, what's up guys, NPS 3D here and welcome back another excited Element 3D tutorial. Let me show you what we are going to create today. Alright, so I hope you enjoy the preview, and I am recording this tutorial third time because first time I recorded, I was editing and I just crashed my PC and everything just get lost. And the second time I reinstalled Windows and did everything from the beginning, and suddenly something bad happens and again I lost everything. So this is the third time I'm recording, and sorry for the delay guys, and I hope I will try to make it better. So let's get started, and this tutorial will be in a 6 part. Like the first one, I will show you how you can shoot your footage to get a good track. The second step will be how to prepare for good tracking, how to prepare your footage for good tracking. For the third step will be like how to track, how to get a good track. The fourth step will be how to put a 3D object on your hand. The step number 5 will be how to texture light and give them a animation. And in the final chapter, the step number 6 will be like how to finalize them and how to render an output for your clients and for your Instagram or for YouTube. And you know, whenever you create something inside Element 3D after watching my tutorial or anything, so you can just tag me so I can see your work, and if I like, I will share them on my story. This is it guys, so let me get started. First you need footage, you need models. So for models, 3D models, I use Sketchfab, which is completely free. So I use this website a lot, and this is not a sponsored video. Anyway, so you can type here iPhone. So you need iPhone, so you can just download the iPhone and make sure you enable downloadable, so it will show you the free object which are available to download. So like this one is free for download, so you can pick any 3D iPhone from here or any other website so that you can just download and use it in your video. So this looks good to me, so you can just download it and move to the next step. So the next step is RTX Titan. So you know the price of RTX Titan? I think the price is something around 2,41,000 in India. Damn good. So let me show you how to get RTX card free. So just type RTX Titan and here is your RTX Titan. Damn good. So one quick tip guys, whenever you want a static object but it's animating, so you can just come over here and change it to the static pose, so you don't have to worry about any keyframes, and you can just click on the download model and you can download it. So let's move to my first step. So here are the few clips of my hand. You can see I shoot this footage with my DSLR, but you don't especially need DSLR for shooting. So the main idea to shoot this, whenever you try to put any object, any object on a moving thing, like in this scene my hand is moving, you can see. So make sure this is almost in a center and it's completely big enough to track. So make sure whenever you shoot your hand, it will be in a center and it is big enough to track, and make sure this is enough focus. So this is just a small and quick tip. So let's move to the next part. So let me import this one. There are many more, you can see. So for the final I used this one, but for this particular tutorial I'm not going to this one because maybe choosing this one will be challenging. So just drag and drop, and now I will go to the interpret footage and main, and this is shoot into 30 fps, so I am going to reduce it to the 24, so it will be little bit more smooth. So you can check it here. So I can maybe go over to here and I will choose something around here. And this is our work area. So let me prepare for the tracking. This is our step number 2. So first let me rename it to the mask and let me control D to duplicate it and pre-comp. And just go inside this comp. And now basically let me pre-comp it again. You can also press Ctrl Shift C, which is the shortcut. And now I will use, there are two options you can use, like, so there are two options, like you can use by hand. I mean, you can try the roto brush tool, and you can also use a custom mask with this mask shape, and you can just animate to the mask path. And the third one is Mocha. So many people commented on my videos, hey bro, why not you use Mocha for the masking? So in this chapter I will show you how you can use Mocha. So it comes with After Effects, so you don't need to pay or do anything. So just select the clip and go to the animation track in Mocha, I mean Voice FX Mocha. Go to click on this one and just continue. Wait a minute. You need to switch back to the halves and then you can go to the Mocha. So don't know why it's making it too much bright. So first let me go to the classical and just click this button and press Z and zoom it to mask it, and let's roughly draw a area to mask. You know, we don't need any precise mask, we just want the area. So whenever we will just throw 3D camera tracker, it will track the surface of my palm. Control A to select everything and just do it like this, and enable perspective and make sure you are on a first frame, and then just click on this track button, track forward, and just wait few seconds and it will be done. And whenever you think anything goes wrong, you can just stop it and correct it. Very beneficial when you are doing roto and something like that. Never lose hope, because this is third time I'm creating this tutorial. So this is done. Ctrl S to save this and click here. Now go to the matte and enable the matte. So now you can see what you did, I mean what you finished. And now uncheck it and you can just apply a feather 1% and create AE mask. It will create a mask. And now if you want, you can just delete this Mocha and there will be a shape visible. So this is damn good. So let's back to our main comp. Let me rename this comp to the main comp. And now hide this layer and select this one, so we can just focus on this one. And now let's apply 3D camera tracker, and this is our step number 3 for tracking. So let's see if you will face any issue for tracking. So I will show you the step how to correct it. And if you did not see my tracking masterclass and phone tracking, I'll put a link in my video description, or you can just click on this I button and you can just check it, because they are very useful. Alright, so we got something around average error 1.10, I mean 1.04, sorry. So it's pretty good, but if you want to reduce it, you can just click on the detail analyze. Sometimes it reduce this error few pixel more, and sometimes it's increased it. So let me check one time what we can get. Alright, so we got around 1 pixel, so which is definitely better than 1.04, and you will get lots of point as well as. And if you want to make it, I mean if you want to reduce it little bit more, you can just apply some curves and make your footage little bit more contrasty. So maybe that will work, maybe or maybe not. So you know, everything is game of trial and error. So now I'm going to create a plane in the middle of my palm. So you can do it anywhere. So I'm going to select few point here like this one, create solid and camera, and I will create few more. But let me check the first one Is this working correctly? So this is your mask. Let me scale it and let's apply a grid effect. Press W on your keyboard and rotate it like to make the perspective, the grid lines, and let's check it. So you can see this is perfectly aligned to the surface of my palm and it's moving correctly. So it's good guys, and I'm happy with this track. Now let's move to number 3, how to put 3D object in your scene. So first let me delete this grid one and scale down it to the 100%, and let's apply a new solid and enable the 3D layer, and you can see is the scale is almost good. Apply element 3D layer on this, rename this layer to the element 3D, go to the scene setup, and let's quickly create a new box and plane. Reduce the box size, the scale. Make sure this plane is two-sided plane and hit OK. And this is so small, so let me fix, and this is, you can see, not perfectly aligned to my hand. So there are a few things you can normalize the scene. There is also a free script available on the Red Giant. I will put a link in my video description. Some guy made, I just forgot his name. He made a free script which normalize your scene, so your 3D object will be in a center of your footage, and you can manually do it, but this time I'm not going to normalize my scene. I will just go to group 1, create group null, and just press P and press P on this layer and copy the position and paste on this group null position. So you can see it's perfectly tracked but not in a good scale. So I'm going to group 1 particle look and just scale it to something around 60 or maybe 100. And now let's go to the group 1, press R and rotate it. And now let's check. So you can see it's perfectly tracked and placed on my hand. So this is our fourth step, how to place 3D object on your hand, and the tutorial is finished. So thanks for watching my video. Thanks for loving me. I am NPS3D, and wait, let me give you a punch. Not a punch. Let me show you the cool things. So for the next part, you need a phone and RTX which you downloaded already. I told you in the beginning from where you can get it. So the next step is, let me open the phone and the RTX, and sorry about the noise. So I am going to delete this one and go to the file, import 3D object. I'm not going to show you how you can just make this one, but I will tell you how you can do it. Give me a few seconds. So here on screen you can see, let me make it a little bit brighter. So first let me correct it. So whenever you don't see any object like this, here you don't see this box, but here you can see. So just select this material, go to the advanced section, and here is an option called draw back faces, which you have to enable it. And let me show you what I did with this phone and why I created this box. So when you download the iPhone, go inside any 3D program and just deselect everything and just apply a separate material for this whole frame and a second separate material for the screen, and then divide your screen into two parts and delete the first one. So inside Element 3D we will just symmetry this first screen and it will open and close like a door. And in the box, just create a box, delete the front face, and I just create a edge bevel on edges, so it will match the roundness, the round corner like phone. And just apply a different material on each object like this box. So let me duplicate 3 times. So let me go line by line. So this will be like screen. This is gonna be our phone, and this is gonna be our box. Good. So let me hit OK and check it. So this is big, so you can just go to group 1 and directly scale it from here. I mean, just scale down from here also. So pretty good. You can see it's tracked pretty good on my hand. And now let me show you the next step, which is how to texture, light and animate it. So now let me prepare for everything. So first I will just apply texture. So go to the procedures, metal, and let's apply this in a box which will not be visible. It's not a big deal. So select this one and drop back faces. Good. Just hide the grid and you can just select this box. And one more thing, guys, select this box and press Alt and click here, so it will solo this object. So I want every single material, I mean this is the box, so only box material will be here, and this is phone, so I want only phone material will be here. So I will remove screen and box, and for the first one I will leave the screen and I will remove everything. So now if I will enable everything, so it's back to the normal. I hope you understand what I did. So now the next step is applying material for the frame and the screen. So for the frame I want something like blue and gray, like this steel metal, and same something like that for the screen also. So good. Let's uncheck the draft texture so we can see the texture. Go to the box and change the UV mapping to the box and repeat. I mean the box preserve aspect, or you can choose the box repeat. Just give a moment. So it's pretty good. You can change it anytime. And same for the phone box, and same for the screen box. And make sure whenever you load any model, make sure this optimize mix checked on, so it will reduce some of the vertices, so you can go little bit faster. And make sure whenever you apply any material, go to the advanced section and drop back faces checked on, otherwise it will be visible in some angle and not visible for 360. So now let me go to the screen. So you can see this is the screen. The anchor point is not correctly set, so I will set it. But first let me move in a group, and this gonna be our screen. Let me move it again and rename to the screen. And now let me select this first one, I mean the very top one, and go to the symmetry and check X. Done. We done something. So now whenever you clicked symmetry on an object, you have to go one step down to animate it. Like if I will animate it here, it will animate like a whole object. But if I will go here, and if I will animate, it will animate like a two object. So I will select this one and I will change the anchor point. So let's go to the top view and transform tone and just lock it and move it here. Perspective good. And let me check it. So unlock it and rotate it, and pretty good. Not too much, but good. It's good. So let's go to the front view again and lock it and make it here. And let's unlock it and let's check the rotation again. So it's good now. And one more thing, guys, you can just hide this screen and delete this box. We don't need. So whenever you are selected to material and press Ctrl and space, it will select that material. But if you remove, so it will remove everything like here, here, and also from the here, which we don't want. So let me show you how to remove this object. So go to the mesh option and just press Ctrl and click here. So it will select that mesh, and I will remove that mesh only. Let me fast forward it. So I'm leaving this two on because maybe we will hide from other object, there are tiny objects which I don't want to spend too much time to remove them. You can see. So now let's back to the material and let's enable our screen. Good. Now let me make it a little bit more good screen. So go to the screen and select this metal one, and now let me customize the material. So go to the glossiness and down it. You go to the normals and maybe make it 0 because I don't want any normals on the screen, or maybe I can just press 2 just a little bit, and you can apply a black material also for this one. So pretty much good. Then let's import our RTX card inside the group RTX Titan. Use auto normal checked and optimize mesh checked on and normalize size. Make sure this is out of the screen object. Let's rotate it and place it here and scale down it. Pretty good. And then I will duplicate this RTX Titan again because I want a separate object for this particular text and separate mesh for this whole RTX card, so I have a better control for the text. So what I can do, so select this mesh and hide. So this will be our card, and same for this one, hide. And this is text Titan. So I will control and click here and press alt and click here, so it will solo this object. So now I have both things. So I will put this RTX Titan later here, and now I will apply some texturing on this one. So I will use Pro Shaders again, metal, and I will apply a grunge material for this frame. And let's go to the card, UV mapping, and make it to the box, or maybe this one. So this looks good to me. You can just change the scaling 2x2 also. Then I will use a metal scratch for this one, and I will just make it black. So go to the reflectivity and make it black. So pretty good. And I will apply a glowing material for the Titan RTX. So you will go to the physical material, and just apply this glowing material here, and just come to this section, scene material, and just select this material and change the glow to like illumination to the green, RTX on and off wala green. I just said a Hindi word. So everything is good. Now let's install a cooler for our RTX card. So go to the motion design 2, and there are take components, and there is a tube pipe. So let me install the cooler. So here is a take tube pipes, and I will just simply pick any cooler like this one. This one is my cooler, water cooling. So if someone asks you which CPU cooler you use, so tell them you are using a water cooler, which is damn fast and good. So you can install few of more components as well as if you want. So this is pretty good, and then you can just apply a few of the material. So now I'm in the chapter where we will just animate them. So press Ctrl and select this fan and make it in an auxiliary channel 2. Make sure that you are in a mesh, and same for this one. And for the screen, enable it and select this one and make it channel number 1. So we will animate them like this one. and then again hide it, and let's install a CPU, I mean the GPU fan, RGB fan. So let me show you how you can do it very easily. So go to the again take components, and you can install anyone like this one or anyone which you want. Components, and let me install this one. Normalize size and optimize mesh checked on always. Go to the top view and just scale them out, or you can just normalize size of it. Move it here in a center, and then go to the top view and place it here, and then you can just press Control and click on this mesh, and you can hide that mesh, especially that one. So it's look good, and if you want you can just apply them here also if you want, and then you can just back them here like this one. So this looks good. Go to the perspective top and just duplicate this model, and then go to the perspective. So pretty good. When our fan will rotate, so it will look good, and you can just change the color. So let me apply the same color for both, and I will change the color to like maybe the green one. Good, everything is good. So let's hit OK. So only few step left. Control S to save it. Don't forget to save. You have to save it time by time. Now let me create some plane to hide this below part. So let me create the plane, and I am creating this one because in Element 3D I have more control, so I can just make them small, make them big, whatever I want. Otherwise, if I will import any 3D as a 3D object, so it will hard to correct the size according my palm. So for this particular one, let me go with this one like this, and let me Control D and make sure the drop back face is on. Control D to duplicate this model and place it here, and then again press Alt and click here, so it will duplicate and move, and press R and Shift to rotate it to the 90-degree, and press go to the perspective and select all this plane and make it here. So good for now. Let's hit OK to see. So you can see this is pretty good. Only I think maybe we need little bit more area here. So I'll go to the scene setup again. You have to give time to correct it. So now it's correct. So now if I will create light, the shadow will be, don't go over my palm. So it is good. Now let me go to the Element 3D again, scene setup, and let me create some grass. So for this particular one, I am using my custom grass, but if you want grass, you can download Magnet free model pack, which is created by one of my good friend Amit Das. I don't know why he don't make tutorial now, but he's a good guy. So I'm going to the grass OBJ, and I'm going to load my grass, but you can use Magnet tree model pack. So you will get tree, grass, everything. Put it here. And now let's go over here. And if you don't want, you can just simply go to the like starter pack, and here is a grass. You can load that grass, but I don't want, so I will cut it, but I will use the material of this grass because I think I have more control on this one. So I will just simply apply on here, and I will place it here, and I will scale down it. So let me fast forward this process. So this is good for now, and we can just anytime we can just come here and we can just increase the grasses and everything. So now let's select this grass. So I applied the same material on everyone. So now if I want to change anything, so I will just select this one and go to the subsurface scattering and enable it. And if you want to see what's going on, you can just simply go to the triple S, and you can increase the intensity, and you can just play with the scatter. There are many control inside Element 3D. Who said you the Element 3D is not powerful? Come here, I will show you Element 3D power. So this is pretty damn good. What do you think? Just hit like button now if you think it's good. Now select this plane material and let me apply this material on every plane so that I have a separate layer for this plane, and go to the drop back faces and make sure the matte shadow on. So the magic happened. So hit OK. Now let's check. Looking perfect, but I think we need more grass. So go to the scene setup again. So there are many possibilities available. जरूरत है तो बस खोजने की. This tutorial is inspired by Edward. I think I forgot to tell you, he's an awesome guy. He made damn visuals. I love them. Let me go to the group 1 and let me move it little bit here, slide it little bit here. Now let me increase the size. Perfect. Go to the Element 3D and go to the render setting and go to the ambient occlusion and enable it. Make sure this is ray traced. Go to this one and let me make it. You can just down the scale to the 30, maybe 28. Switch back to the full race. Go to the Element 3D, and this is already in a full. Go to the 32 bits, and now let's correct the ambient occlusion little bit good way. So first let me make the light. So go to the light and I am using spotlight, and let's go to the custom view, and I think I am not able to see. This is my grass. So first let me come over here, select this light and go back in a Z space. Go to the custom view, active camera, and now as you can see, go to the Element 3D and go to the shadow and enable shadow. Make sure this is ray trace shadow because I want a diffused shadow, so this will work. And for the diffusion, you can increase the diffusion intensity to something around 25. Let me correct it. So this looks good to me for now, and we can adjust and correct it later also. You can increase the size like 200 or maybe like 156. Hit OK. The subsurface scatter happening right now, and you can just correct it from here also. So then go to the physical environment and make the gamma 2.6 and lighting influence to something around 80, and let's go to the scene setup and load a environment which is little bit similar to our scene. So I will go to the preset environment, backlight 2K. Maybe I will load like this one, maybe this one. Hit OK, and then I will go to the group 1 and let's animate it. So go to the auxiliary channel 1, and this is for our screen. So I will come over here and I will rotate the Z like this. So I will come here and make it like 145. I mean minus 145. Sorry, minus 145. So pretty good. And then you can and I can go to the channel 2 and I can go to the rotation and I will rotate the Z. So let me check. This one looks right. So click the key and here and let's press minus 12. You can press minus 2, so the movement will be very slow and very subtle. So let me press 2 to check the movement is very slow and subtle. And if you want high, so you can just press 12 and now the movement is very fast, but you cannot see it. So for that you can just enable motion blur here and for the scene, and now you can clearly see, maybe you can see clearly what's going on. So pretty good. And you can adjust this plane size and the light like this, and you can just down the darkness to maybe 80. You can just match this one, and that you can increase the diffusion a little bit more. Diffusion is basically happens here and here. So let me go to the switch full and let me show you quickly what is diffusion and how you can fix it. So like just focus this area and this area and go to the element the light, and this is without diffusion and this is with a diffusion. And if you will use parallel light, so you can see it clearly. This is harder shadow, but with the spotlight you will get a very soft edges on here. And you can increase the cone angle and you can increase the cone feather. You can see. So cone angle maybe 90 is good enough and the feather is 70%. So it's good, hit OK. And then let me show you how you can fix this noise. So many people ask me, hey man, why your scene is very smooth and our scene is very, there are a bunch of noise. So the thing is the game of sampling. So you can just go to the render setting, and these are the final touches which I am doing right now. So go to the first go to the shadow, and here you can see the red shadow, and multi-sampling is 2. So the game of the shadow samples here. So you can just make it 4, and instantly you can see this all things is smooth, and you can change it to the 4 here also. But I don't, because I need more samples. I am saving my samples for the other things like this ray traced, ambient occlusion. I will choose multi-sampling 2. So it will fix some of the glitches, noises on this ambient occlusion. And here are a good thing also. So whenever the lights come from a direction like here, so I don't think where lights hit object. So I think here should be a less ambient occlusion. So I will increase the lighting influence to something around 200, or I can further make it more further like 500, which I can just take a look which will shoot our scene. So go to the spotlight and I will just down the intensity to 100, because I don't want too much bright on these leaves. So I can go to the 125, and I can go to the element 3D, and there is subsurface scattering. So I will increase down the intensity to something around maybe 70%. And now I'll increase the light intensity to this one. So things are almost same, but it's good. and go to the element 3D again, and let me change it to the half so I can just focus. So I am tweaking the fall off, so maybe let's see which will be good. And you can also increase the samples of this here also. So not bad. So I love this, man. This grass are very soft and reminding me something like game. So the thing are very much looking good to me. The next step is Control D to duplicate our element 3D layer. Yes, hide this one, and I don't know why this one happening. So I can just go to the group one, go to the rotation. Let's go to the half raise. Let me tweak the rotation. It will fix it. So good. Let's go to the full raise and save your project. Let's Control D to duplicate element 3D, and let's go to the output and change it to the illumination. I am doing for this glowing part, and now I will apply glow, and let's duplicate it. And here I forgot something. Go to the scene setup and make everything to the spherical. Like I can just first hide the screen. First make the screen to spherical, and then I will hide it and go to the card and make it spherical. Enable it, and now hit OK. We got something really cool. Go to the F4 and make it additive. Now let's delete the first one because I don't want to do the same step again. So delete one and Control D and make this below one, delete the glow, and go to the output and make it the composite and make it normal. So everything is back again. And if you want, you can just rotate the environment, like go to the physical environment and rotate it. So you can just solo hide the motion blur and make it half, so we can just move faster and see what's going on. And if you think something is not good, you can just go back. Like in this one, I'm going to the scene setup again and going to select the screen and hide the, make it to the default one. So I'm happy now. I'm very happy, and this looks good to me as well as. So for the finalization, make sure everything is set to the full and you enabled all the sampling. You can just apply some color correction to do that. Like in this one, I want a coarse effect and just make it a little bit like this, so it will match in our scene. And you can apply a depth of field as well as, and make sure to apply motion blur. And this is it, guys. I hope you enjoy this and I hope you learn something. And if you want to download this template, it will be available on my Patreon page. And thanks for watching my video. Thanks for loving me. Thanks for supporting me. I am NPS3D, and we will see you next time with a great tutorial. This is it, guys.